Hey guys, what's up? This is Rick Pete back with a new video. This is going to be the pre-Wrestlemania prediction video. Basically what it is, I've just finished watching the NXT Takeover Dallas, and I never thought to do a prediction video, basically due to the fact that I am still ill. So I've just managed to drag my carcass upstairs to do this. So yeah, I figured I'd do a review of NXT Takeover and then follow it with my WrestleMania prediction video. Sort of 2-for-1 videos. Might make it quite long, but I'll try and keep this as short as I can. Obviously, if you haven't seen the event and you don't want to know the results, turn away now. Don't watch anymore, as the results are going to be given out. Anybody who's going to carry on watching this and thinks they're not bothered about watching the NXT Takeover event, I seriously suggest you check it out. As always, NXT's delivered. So without further ado, I'll get on. Going to be honest, I was looking forward to this event more than I am most of WrestleMania. They have a great roster, they put on great matches weekly, and the takeover events are never dull and never disappoint. So yeah, that's something that I wish I could be said, for the main roster shows. So the event started off with the American Alpha, Gable and Jordan, versus the Revival, Dawson and Wilder, for the NXT tag titles. First match of the night, like I said, what a way to kick off the event. From bell to bell, it was an amazing match. This is how tag team wrestling is done. Great back and forth, plenty of near falls, and eventually American Alpha coming out on top to become new NXT tag champions. Well deserved, they're a great team. Be interesting to see what happens, whether they'll get into a storyline with a fresh team or whether the Revival will come back with a rematch clause, and who knows. But yeah, the matches between these two teams are just always going to be entertaining. So yeah, amazing first match. Next up was Baron Corbin versus Austin Aries. I was really looking forward to seeing Aries' takeover debut. I've seen a lot of him in TNA before. I've seen some of his earlier Ring of Honor stuff. I think the guy's just amazing. It was a great match. He managed to get a really good match out of Baron Corbin. Plenty of back and forth. Baron Corbin hit the deep six on the outside. I thought that was it for Aries. I thought Corbin was going to win by count out. Just managed to get back in the ring. And then as Corbin went for the end of days, Aries reversed it and managed to get the pinfall. So another great match. 2 out of 2 great matches. Nakamura versus Sami Zayn. I'm no New Japan Pro Wrestling expert, as I've mentioned in previous videos. I dipped in and out for Bullet Club, but I'm very familiar with Nakamura. Anybody who's watching this who hasn't seen any of Nakamura's stuff, like I've said before in my video about him signing with NXT, go check out his New Japan stuff. The guy is amazing. I thought the crowd pop Zayn was loud until Nakamura came out. The crowd was split all the way through it, but at the end, everybody was just stood cheering. There were no way this match was going to disappoint, and all I can honestly say is, wow. Amazing match, awesome debut for Nakamura. Both guys put on a hell of a show and should quite rightly be proud of themselves, as I'm sure they are. The fan ovation for Sami at the end was good, really good. Thank you, Sami Chance. And obviously he got a handshake from Nakamura. Despite the loss, Zayn went out on a high. I'm pretty sure he's going to be a main roster regular now, so that could well have been his last NXT match, but who knows. Next up was Bayley versus Asuka for the NXT Women's title. Anybody who knows me knows that I very often skip through the Divas matches on Raw, unless it's somebody like Paige or Becky wrestling, or Charlotte or Sasha. If it's anybody else, I'll skip it. This match was just awesome. It was just like the great matches keep coming, 3 for 3. It was an awesome match again, could have gone either way, but eventually Asuka came away with a win after Bayley passed out to the Asuka lock. New NXT Women's Champion, Asuka. And I have to add to this that Bayley didn't tap out, she passed out. So yeah, hell of a performance by both women. I'm not sure whether this means Bayley's going to get called up to the main roster. I think it may be a bit too early for her. So we'll have to see what happens with this, but who knows, what happened with Paige. She got called up after WrestleMania, so who knows. And yeah, as the crowd were panning around, Bobby Roode was in the crowd. Damn, I hope that is a sign of things to come. I really hope he signed and he wasn't just there to watch Samoa Joe. Obviously they have the TNA history together, but yeah, maybe the internet rumblings of Bobby Roode signing for NXT are true. Um, so yeah, that leads up nicely to Finn Balor versus Samoa Joe for the NXT title. I was looking forward to this match a hell of a lot more than Triple H versus Roman Reigns. That's going to be the most predictable match of the night. The opening of this match, they started trading blows right off the bat. Bang, Joe's eyes cut open. Started bleeding really bad. The referee was trying to look at it, and it looked for a second like it might get stopped. The crowd were chanting bullshit, hoping that it wouldn't get stopped, but luckily it didn't. It was just an absolute amazing match. Joe's eye did come into play a couple of times. The referee did have to wipe it clean a few times, and there was always that worry that is he going to stop the match for it? But like I said, it didn't. It didn't really make a factor. Just plenty of back and forth action. It was just an awesome match. It was a pleasure to watch. A really hard fought match, but eventually Balor, as you can see, I've got the t-shirt on, retained his title. Hell of a match. Like I say, if you weren't bothered about checking out the event, I heartily suggest that you do. Overall, yet again, NXT delivers an amazing event. Like I said, if you've not watched it, I suggest you do. The pressure is definitely on the main roster to deliver at Mania now. There's only realistically 3 matches, in my opinion, that will. That's the 3-way Divas match, Ambrose Lesnar and Shane Taker. The 5-on-5 Divas match is going to be pants. The main event the title match is going to be pants. The possible ladder IC match is going to be quite entertaining. But the pre-show matches are all going to... Everything's just going to suck now compared to this. The main roster are really going to have to come up with something special, because NXT once again have proven why they have got the dedicated fan base that they have. NXT is just amazing. Showed again for me why they're better than Raw and SmackDown 99%. Well, better than SmackDown 100% of the time, and better than Raw 99% of the time. Every now and again on Raw you'll get a good match, but NXT delivers consistently, and again they did so with the Takeover Dallas event. Absolutely awesome. I enjoyed it from start to finish. I wish they'd do the DVD releases of the NXT events, because I would seriously go out and buy every one of them that they've done. I'm pretty sure that they must know there's a niche in the market for it, but hopefully they'll start doing it. Or maybe it might be included as a bonus on the WrestleMania disc. Would be nice, but I don't see it happening, because like I've said, the NXT event is going to show up 90% of Mania. So yeah, that was my review of it. If you guys have any thoughts or anything, feel free to comment below. I'll leave this bit for now, and then coming up next, like I said, will be my WrestleMania prediction video. So that'll do it for this bit, guys. As always, I'll catch you later. Take care. Bye. So guys, repeat back as promised. Here is my WrestleMania prediction video. I don't know what order these matches are going to be in, obviously, so I'm just going to go through the card and make my predictions for the event itself, and see how it goes. So Kalisto versus Ryback for the US title. I'd love to see Kalisto retain, but I think Ryback's had a bit too much of a push lately, so I see Ryback winning that one. Dudley Boys versus the Usos. I think the Dudley Boys are going to put the Usos over big time at WrestleMania. It would be nice if they did, so I'm going to go with an Uso. Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. Don't care. Really don't care. Couldn't give a monkey's fat, so I'm not even going to bother with that one. Natalia, Paige, Brie, Alicia, and Eva versus Lana, Naomi, Tamina, Summer, and Emma. Again, another match I really don't give a monkey's fat about. This is another toilet break, really. The fact that Brie Bella and Eva Marie are at WrestleMania and they're teaming on the same team is just a travesty. Everybody knows my thoughts about the Bellas. If you haven't seen my Bella video, please check it out. It's basically, it is a rant, but I think I make some pretty valid points in it. Again, this match shouldn't be, but if I'm going to pick a winner, I'm going to go for Natalya and Paige and Co. Purely because Natalya and Paige well deserve a WrestleMania moment. The only pity is that they've been dumped with Brie and Eva Marie, who for some reason is making a WrestleMania appearance despite the fact that she's consistently booed at NXT. So yeah, it just shows how out of touch Vince is. League of Nations versus the New Booty. I really hope the League of Nations destroy the New Day. I really enjoyed their beatdown of them the other week on Raw. Thought it was great. Absolutely hate the New Day. I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon and all of a sudden become a massive fan of them because it's cool to be a fan of the New Day. I've not liked them since day one. I thought the gimmick was quite different, I will admit, but after a while got very bored of it, and then they turned them heel, and then all of a sudden now, because it's essentially heel versus heel stable, they've made the League of Nations beat them down as if to get some sort of sympathy for the new booty. So yeah, I really hope League of Nations destroy them and walk out as tag champions. So as tag champions, so it would be awesome. And then obviously you could have the Usos go after League of Nations and maybe get the titles back. Don't know, but yeah, I'm gonna go New Day if the new League of Nations, sorry, and if the New Day win, I'm gonna be seriously pissed. Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler versus Sami Zayn versus Miz versus Stardust versus Sin Cara versus Zack Ryder in an IC ladder match. Obviously, the second time the IC title's been defended in a ladder match at WrestleMania. Second year on a trot, it's been defended in a ladder match at WrestleMania. Could this become a trend? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I'm going for either Zayn to win this, setting up a red hot feud between him and Owens, or maybe Owens to retain somehow and still set up a really good feud with him and Zayn. Either way, this feud's coming and it's going to be awesome because these two guys can really, really tear the house down anytime they want. So yeah, it's going to be amazing. Jericho versus AJ Styles. You really need to ask. AJ Styles all day, every day. Charlotte versus Becky Lynch and versus Sasha Banks. Divas Championship triple threat. As much as I would like to see Becky Lynch come out champion, I honestly don't think she's going to, because while Charlotte's been a great heel champion, I think Sasha is the one that has this sort of instant star appeal about her, if that makes sense. She's the one who can, obviously the crowd chant for her a lot, so that obviously gives her a bit more star power than Becky, even though Becky can get it done in the ring. And she's by no means a slouch on the microphone. I'm not saying that at all. I think she's great when she does interviews and promos and stuff. But I just think that Sasha's got a bit more of a fan backing. So if Becky can work on that, then obviously there's no reason why she can't be a Divas champion in future. But I see Sasha walking out of WrestleMania as the new Divas champion. Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose, no holds barred street fight. My heart says Dean Ambrose, as I'm a huge Dean Ambrose fan. But my head says it's going to be Lesnar. Why would they book Lesnar to lose at WrestleMania? I mean, obviously the triple threat scenario, well, the match with Reigns and then Rollins cashing in kind of made sense, and that way Lesnar didn't really lose. It was Reigns that got pinned. But yeah, I'm going to go for Lesnar. But I really hope that Dean Ambrose does pull it out somehow. Undertaker versus Shane McMahon, Hell in a Cell. Obviously Shane wins, he gets control of Monday Night Raw. Taker loses. He doesn't wrestle at WrestleMania again. I honestly think Taker's going to retire anyway, so I don't see why he wouldn't go out. But I don't see it being a clean pin, as it were. I think something will come into play. There will be some assistance from somewhere to help Shane beat The Undertaker. I don't see Shane beating him outright, if you know what I mean. I think there's going to be something that will come into play. Either somebody coming out to help or, something like that. But I think there will be help for Shane, causing Taker the defeat. I would like to see Shane McMahon win and take control of Raw, because the whole Authority story has just become so boring. It really does need a fresh look to it now, and that means that Triple H could just piss off out the spotlight and go and run NXT properly. And give it everything he's got, as opposed to giving it like 90% and then having to worry about being on Raw and stuff. Triple H being mentioned, that leads me to the World Heavyweight Championship match. I have never been less excited for a WrestleMania main event. In fact, if this is the main event, I think it's going to be shocking. I think The Undertaker versus Shane McMahon should be the last match of the card, with this match just before it. I predicted back in my Royal Rumble video that Reigns would win the Royal Rumble and go to, that Triple H would win the Royal Rumble, go to WrestleMania, somewhere along the line Reigns would get a title shot. Obviously I was proved right. Reigns got his title shot at Mania. I honestly see Reigns walking out as champion. I don't have a problem with that. I know a lot of fans do, and they obviously think it's cool to boo Reigns, but at the end of the day, the guy's the new Cena. He does what he's told to do. He gets booed by the fans. It's not him that makes the decisions. Ultimately, it's the guys backstage, Vince, etc. But it seems to be Roman that cops all the abuse for it, just like Cena did. So yeah, I see Reigns walking out as champion, and then who knows? Maybe we'll see Ambrose versus Reigns, or maybe they'll build it up slow. Seth Rollins maybe start popping up on promos, building up maybe a triple threat, each member of the Shield for himself. Or what? Obviously the three members that were the Shield, every man for himself. I think Rollins isn't due back till SummerSlam, so maybe they'll keep Reigns champion till then. Maybe have Rollins take it back, or maybe, I don't know. But as WrestleMania goes, like I've said, I see Reigns walking out as champion. So yeah, those are my predictions. As soon as I've watched WrestleMania, I will do a video about it. I don't know when that'll be, as I don't know my shifts for work yet. But as soon as I know those, then I'll watch it as soon as I can, and then I'll do my review video. So hopefully that'll be posted up sometime the beginning of next week. So please keep your eyes out for that, guys. Whenever you're watching WrestleMania, I hope you have a good night. I hope the pay-per-view doesn't suck balls, like a lot of people are predicting it will. I have read on various social media sites that a lot of people are thinking it's the worst WrestleMania ever. I wouldn't go that far. I mean, I'm not overly excited for much of it. I'm more excited for NXT Takeover in Dallas, if I'm honest. But I think Shane and Taker, Ambrose and Lesnar have got enough in them to keep the event from being a complete flop. And I think the Divas triple threat, I'm actually quite excited to watch that, because I think that could be a great match. And like I've said from a long time, Charlotte, Sasha and Becky can wrestle, so it's only fitting that they be in the title match, and I think that match will obviously outshine the 5-on-5 Divas dirge that we've been done with. So yeah, like I said, those are my WrestleMania predictions, guys. We'll see how many of those I get right. But for now, I'll catch you later, guys. As always, take care.